All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Kakwatash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great example to his younger brothers, and peace and blessing salutations to the hopeful lake out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. All right, and what I want to get into now is how pretty much, we're seeing, America more divided, than ever. All right, and the scriptures speak about division, in the latter days, and what we're seeing, is pretty much these ideologies taking hold in the earth, and people, all right, are locked in, into what they believe. You see, and Esau Edom has everyone in this rat race, trying to get back to some type of normalcy. You have people fighting for freedoms and anti-government and pro-government, and you have all these ideologies, that the elites, have pretty much fabricated in the earth, and we're seeing a complete division. Now, when you look at it, this is an article from Blacklisted News. It says more than half of U.S. states are suing to stop Biden's, crown, juice mandates. And it says more than half of the U.S. states on Friday filed a joint lawsuit. So these states are joined together, in a lawsuit against the government. All right. And it says on Friday filed or joined lawsuits opposing President Joe Biden's juice mandate for employees of large companies, which is supposed to take effect on January 4th. It says 26 states co-signed for petitions. Among the perhaps the most sweeping legal challenge to pandemic safety requirements since Biden took office. 3 Democrat-led states are among the 26. All right, so you have 26 out of 50 states, that's against, what the government is doing with these juice mandates, man. So there's major division. It's damn near split down the middle. It said the lawsuits filed in 4 federal appeal courts take aim at Biden's requirement that all companies with more than 100 employees mandate the juice, for their staff or implement weekly testing. This mandate is unconstitutional, unlawful, and unwise, says a lawsuit filed by Missouri and 10 other states in the U.S. courts, in the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 8th Circuit. The state said in the filing, that Biden's mandates will cause injuries and hardship to working families, inflict economic disruption and staffing shortages, and these are all the things they want to happen. All right, on the states and private employers, and impose even greater strains on struggling labor markets and supply chains. You see, and these are all the things that he wants, that these elites want to happen. They know everyone's not going to comply with the mandate. They want people to quit. They want a worker crisis. They want a food supply, crisis. They want a supply chain crisis in general with other products as well. You know, they want these things, but see, you have these, these other Edomites. Like, see, what the elites want to do is extreme. All right, they want to take it there. Like these higher ups of the elites, these true Satanists. All right, these true warlocks and witches. They ready to go to the extreme. All right, for their agenda. You know, and you have these lower level Edomites. Yeah, they're down with it. They're Masons and they, but see, they don't. They on the need to know basis. There's a lot of things that's happening that they wasn't privy to. You see, yeah, they're with the agenda, they're with the oppression, they're with the corruption. But see, now it's getting to the point like, wait a minute, what, we going too far now, and see, you have that division, and when you go into it, let's get scriptures. Scriptures speak about this, man. When you go into let's get the book of Mark, chapter 3. Is it 24? All right. It's Mark 3 and 24. It says, and if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And see, what you have is a different, you have different ideologies that's clashing on different levels. Now you have the peons, that still believe in, Republican and Democratic. You got the peons that's, still, pro-mask and anti-mask and pro-juice and anti-juice. You have that division, because it's divided on every level. Then you have the division, all right, where you have these higher ups, in the ranking of Esau, Edom. All right, there's a conflict in which way they want society to go. Because all these Edomites are not with, the the alphabet crew. All right, all these all these Edomites ain't with, just the reducing the population by 80%. You know, there's level to wickedness even within Esau. So it's like, there's a heavy division on how they want the future, all right, of their kingdom to go. And this place is divided. And it says, and if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. Yeah, so this Edomite dynasty, that we've, been living in for these last, several centuries is now, all right, crumbling. They they the a fork in the road on how they want to move going forward, man. You see? And that's why even with the Civil War, that was why it was a major civil war. You go back to the 1800s, it was a major discrepancy between private, slave owners and the bankers, man. All right? The private slave owners, they didn't want that old South to stop. That's why you have these Edomites down here that are very bitter, towards, all right, this government, man, because they didn't want that old South to stop because they was getting filthy rich, all right, off of the labor of Jake, and the elites wasn't getting a cut on it. You see, so it's always been infighting, amongst these Edomites, but what has happened, the elites have gained so much control, through the banking system and manipulation that, they can't do nothing with them. These private sectors can't do nothing with them, man. All right, so it's gonna be a big falling out again. All right, and the scriptures speak about that. Even when you go into then Zechariah, all right, is it 14 and all right, this is Zechariah 14 and 13. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from the Lord Yahweh Shemashah shall be among them, and they shall lay hold every one on the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against. And it says, and they shall lay hold every one on the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against the hand, all right, of his neighbor, showing you that what division, and it's going to intensify to violence, and it's going to intensify the bloodshed, man. It's gradually getting there. So imagine when food is removed out of the equation, for the peons, man, that's divided. You see? And on the upper level, when the Most High removes what? The witchcraft, all right, from the elitists, all right, imagine how they, all right, are going to react. Now, I want to get this in, yep. This is the book of Sirach. Nah, this second Ezra. Let me get second Ezra. This is book of second Ezra, chapter 13. All right. This is second Ezra 13 and 30. All right. And this speaking during the return of Yahushua, and he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth, and one shall undertake to fight against another, all right, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another, man. So on every, all right, in every class, all right, every facet of society, all right, there's going to be great division, man, amongst these local communities and towns, cities, all right, states against states, we call it red states, blue states, you know, nations against nations, actually countries against countries, and then you're gonna have the spiritual realm that's gonna ultimately wage war on this realm, man. You know, so we're seeing the build up, man. All right, and this place is more divided than ever. So I just want to bring that out. So Lord will you brothers and you free souls edified. Till next time, I say shalom.